All right, rather than try another classical thing, I think we've kind of proven what's been going on with the concept of taking classical pieces, or using strictly that technique, and transferring over to electric. Now, let's take like a heavy riff, and I'm going to try it with no pick, just to keep it in the spirit of doing all finger style. We'll do a little vibe riff from Fire Garden. Okay, so that was without a pick. This time we will use a pick. Let's see what the differences are. Alright, so I feel like with a pick, with that kind of riff, you get much more definition. And for a heavy riff, that's certainly what you want. I felt it was pretty muffled with just you could still do it with, I was just basically doing it with just the nail, almost as if I was holding I was doing the same position as if I were holding a pick, except I wasn't actually holding a pick. I felt it got a bit muffled that way. We're kind of crossing into an area where, as far as like the existing riffs that the existing kind of maybe chord vamps that you might know, for example, just look at. Most, electric guitar, you can play so many different styles, and I think that the more you experiment with this kind of stuff, using a pick versus using the fingernails, you'll find that for certain styles, a pick will be more beneficial. For example, for a heavy riff like that, like I was just doing, and for other things, you might find that a pick is more beneficial. I think that classical guitar music in general, since music that is for the solo guitar, you have a lot of arpeggiated, kind of broken chord ideas going on, where like that Bach Gavotte I just played is essentially A minor chord progression, but it's spread out throughout different parts of the neck. The chords are broken up. There's a lot of arpeggiated with melodies in between and a little accompanying bass line. Obviously, that will lend itself more towards fingerstyle. It's polyphonic music for one guitar, so fingerstyle is really the only way to go. So different kinds of styles will lend themselves to different kinds of techniques, and from here on out it would be really beneficial just to kind of explore and test the waters, basically try it both ways, see what works for you. I think what we've discovered here is that the transition from the classical guitar technique to steel string, whether it's acoustic or electric, can work. It can certainly be effective. I noticed that when I do this with an electric guitar that's not plugged in, it sounds bad. But with the help of an amplifier, it sounds a lot better. So I think it's something that's definitely worth exploring farther, and maybe we'll get a chance to do that later on.